What's happened, everyone? Welcome to the first ever NFT show, the Not Fazed talk show.
Yeah, where we talk about everything apart from NFTs.
But if you want to buy an NFT, we're going to be selling one real soon. 200 grand. Hopefully we get all the wee nerds to watch the show for a bit and maybe they'll fall in love with us. That's the plan anyway.
Fingers crossed. Every little helps and all that.
Well, what's been up with you?
Not much, man. Just the usual island nonsense.
Load of shite.
Yeah, looking forward to doing this.
So was I, mate. It's a wee bit. We've always wanted to do it. We always talk a lot of shit with a lot of people. So it was like, why not just fucking do it?
Well, you've always banged on about this a lot more than I have. And it's sort of been like, yeah, I want to do it. And then one day got the message, yep, we're going to do it. Okay, sweet.
Pulled you in my direction.
Well, you followed suit in my direction at the start whenever you were on Fruity Loops and came to Ableton. So I suppose it's about time I went your direction.
That's it. Fuck Fruity Loops now, I tell you. I downloaded it onto the computer now to have a look at all the old project files. Fuck's sake, man, I couldn't navigate it at all. I was like, what is this?
It's just when you go back and look at the old stuff and you're like, what was I doing? Like, I actually at one point thought this sounded class. Like, nah.
There was loads of stuff I was doing with LFOs on it that I haven't done in donkey's years, and I was going, hold on here a minute, like, that actually sounds alright. Maybe we should start doing that again.
I do find though as well sometimes that see your very, very, very first projects as like they're out of key and the sounds are terrible, but the ideas are solid because you have a lot more freedom. When you first start, you don't know all the ins and outs and the intricacies of actual music production, so therefore you're free. And once you start
trying anything,
and once you start learning about it, you're like, oh, right, okay, well, I'll try and do that. And the wee things that you were just flying through kind of fall to the wayside because you're focusing so much on the learning the theory of it and learning everything behind it.
What's the first thing everyone does when they start making music?
Remixes and bootlegs.
Grab a fucking a film speech off YouTube.
Yeah. I think the
Raise the machines.
The first one I made was with Gary Ferguson. Shout out Gary for my crack copy for Ableton.
Shout out Gary for the Virus TI too.
Yeah. Just shout out Gary Ferguson.
Shout out Gary Ferguson.
We made a remix of the Alton Towers theme tune with some vocal about this club is closed forever. And we thought it was the best thing ever. And see, thinking back now, it was fucking terrible. But it was. It's the funnest start night.
It is. It's head melting, but it's worth it once you get it.
Yeah.
Or once you understand what you're doing. Like I remember, like I used to listen to people like Dark by Design, Alex Kidd, and all, and used to go, "Holy fuck, that's amazing!" And then once you get in, you're like, "I could do that."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's what it is.
Now you go, and it also ruins music in a way for me. Whenever I listen to music now, even commercial shit on the radio, I'm so critical. I'm like, oh right, and like there's two. What I do is there's two ways I listen to music. I either go, I know how they did that, or I don't know how they did that.
I want to know how
that's how I listen to music now. So if I'm listening and they do some wee weird thing with a clap or whatever, I'm like, how to do that, or they do something that I know. I'm like, I know how they did that. It sort of ruined it for me a wee bit.
I think that as well with DJing. It's like you can't go out now if you just go out casually and are listening to someone DJing. Like your ears are always tuned in, even if you're having a chat with somebody and you hear like a double beat, you're like, oh, he's at it. He's at it.
Yeah, obviously hadn't been paying attention to our sets.
I don't think we have much excuse, do we?
No.
We jump about a bit too.
Well, we don't DJ that, so like we sit in the computer all day. So that's
it.
The other thing. We can mix our tunes great. I promise you that. Like
mix a good drink as well. Tunes not so much.
Oh fuck. Well, the show is only on one camera setting right now. That's because Ralph, who is going to be producing the show that side of the studio, decided to fuck off to Spain the week we started.
Yeah, thanks,
so,
Ralph.
Cheers, Ralph. So we'll just set it up this way so that we can get something out.
Yeah.
With plenty of guests coming in, booking them in now. People are willing to do it. We're excited, and yeah, hope other people like it. Hope people jump on board.
Well, that's it. It's something different. Everybody seems to want to run club nights or do events and do that. But well, we're two old boys who can't be bothered with all the drama of that. And like, what's the least thing we could do with the maximum amount of potential? And the podcast has been born. Talk
shit and write music. That's all we want to do.
It's just pretty much recording what we do here anyway.
Well, that's we're sitting here every night and talk shit, and that's the another thing. We've had plenty of people in here who would have been great conversations with a couple of beers, and then I mean, like we had some good conversations in this room, didn't we?
Some confidential conversations as well.
There'll be a few bridges burnt west podcasting. Yeah.
Hashtag get them cancelled.
Thank God that other one didn't go live.
Oh, well, with the practice run, that was good fun though.
That was fun, but
But if there's anybody you want to see as guest that's realistic for now, by all means, let us know. Drop us a message, comment.
preferably from Northern Ireland to start with. We want to do it face to face first, till
Yeah.
we get a feel for it, and then we'll maybe start doing the Zooms things. But there's that much DJs come into the country too who we're friendly with, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean, if promoters are getting them in early enough, we could do it during the day before the gig. There's loads of things we could do, like. So let's see. Right, I have a few things I want to talk about.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to this. As we were getting ready to set up, he told me that he had a list of things to talk about, but he's not telling me what these things are.
None of it is really to do with music at all. But there was one. Did you see the things on Facebook of the guy on TV pretending to mix?
When there was no decks.
There was no decks.
I did. I think that's taken another level. Like years ago, it would always have been zooming in, and there was no cables. And they were sitting giving it beans, and like, oh, I'll catch that out. But no.
I seen two of them. There was some girl. Now there was a set of decks in front of her, but she was going like. But she wasn't even touching any buttons. It was flake cases over the top of them. And she was giving it, see, like a flake case on that.
Yeah.
It's see-through. She was giving it all that down and going like this.
But that's it. It's like,
There was like fucking 20,000 people in front of her.
it's all the wee flickery of the knobs and all. You see all these techno DJs doing. You're like, you don't even do that.
I do that. See, whenever I'm DJing, I hold the fader up.
Yeah, I know.
And
I've been there beside you for the last 10 years.
Still
I'm
to this
aware.
day, like I'm standing in the club going like it's here, and I'm holding the fader up, not as if it's going to fall down or something. I'm like,
I genuinely thought you'd done that because you thought I was going to cut the tune out or something. I'm like, what does he think I'm going to do? I'm mixing. I have to cut this tune out.
no fuck, I don't know what it is. It's just a habit, and I always hold it up, and then. But these ones were taking it to a whole new level. Like,
I will DJ when there's actual no decks there. That is a different level.
I reckon I'd smash it in that case. Like.
But again, is that not the world we live in now? You don't have to be a DJ or a producer to actually be a famous DJ or producer. You just have to be good on TikTok or Instagram and have a bit of a following.
That's why we don't do that well anymore.
Yeah, no.
We're terrible on fucking social media.
We were born 5 years.
People are like, here, come up do this picture for you for the club night. And we're like, what do I have to do? And they're like, you just need to look like you're having fun. We're like, all right.
I dead on. Sure.
Then
What does fun look like?
We'll freeze up. Oh, it's
that's
terrible,
what people forget though. It's like you think being
but see as well, another thing we go.
Sure, it's all right. I'll just put that on pause.
Yeah, put it on pause. But I just need to get this thought out before I lost it. We travel that much, and there's loads of times where I've went, fuck, I wish we had loads of like great things happen. Fucking have a laugh, loads of fun, and you're like, fuck, I wish we had a fucking took a video of all that or took photos.
Aye.
It's not the first thing in my head or your head. We don't think we enjoy it, and then after go, fuck's sake, that would have been good for social media.
Well, that's what I always said to Nicole. I rather enjoy the moments and have it up here and memorize it rather than look at it on my phone for ages and then maybe look at it once.
That's not going to help your
it sits on a
Facebook
hard drive.
numbers, though.
I know, but that's why we're starting to work.
You're
on that.
trying,
I am.
You're really trying.
I
Like
am.
God love you.
You have to make the effort. Right? Do you know what I mean? But that's what I was saying. Like you just have to be good on social media now. It's not like back in the day.
When we were coming up, it doesn't matter how good a DJ you were, like Eddie Halliwell or whatever. It didn't matter if you were that good. You weren't making it unless you were a producer.
Yeah.
So that was our generation. But now once we got good at making music, that's
Got
sort
nothing
of
to do with the actual music.
It doesn't make a difference anymore. If you don't have the followers, no one's going to listen to your music.
Yeah,
it's as simple as that. But the fucking world's fucked. What can you do? Right, another one to sing. Have you seen the Frog Army?
no.
Right, so this header in England started saving frog spawn and putting it in his wee tiny pond.
Right.
They had 1.4 million frog spawn eggs
Where was this?
in England. Mate, you have to check it out. It's hilarious. If Ralph was here, we could pull it up on the screen, but we can't, so we're just going to talk about it. There was if you see 1.4 million frog spawn eggs and put them into his wee dicky pond,
Right.
what does frog spawn turn into?
Frogs.
One
Oddly enough.
1.4 million frogs run about his garden in these neighbours' houses and all. Mate, it's fucking hilarious.
Why did he do it?
I don't know. He thought he was being nice because they were in sewage dumps.
Just for the crack?
No. So the frog spawn was in like water that had like oil leaks and all.
Aye.
So he saved them, thinking he was
some
doing right.
sort of conservationist, natural guy.
Now he's taking TikToks going, oh, I wish I hadn't have done this. He can't even walk into his garden. There's that many frogs.
Well, there you go. There's an idea for TikTok, mate. Fuck DJing. We'll just be the frog guys.
The frog army.
Frog too.
Mate, it's fucking hilarious. Like, but you need anyone just go and watch it on TikTok. Check it out. Maybe we could put a video in after. If I get your video, you could edit it in. Mate, it's
this
so
guy that
funny.
lives next door to my dad, he's moved in recently. He was on Britain's Got Talent, but he never got shown on the main show. It was like that side show, and he ended up like getting his nipple out and all this. Here he's a weird character, but he's got a load of rabbits that he lets live in his house, like not in hutches, just run about in the house and shit everywhere. But they've attracted frogs, and now my dad. Like my dad's quite easily scared, so he went to lift the dog shite out of the garden, lifted the shovel up, and there's a family of frogs underneath it, scared the shit out of him. But this is now a thing in his garden. His garden has now turned into some sort of frog sanctuary because this guy's got rabbits living and shit everywhere. Like, he doesn't live near a river or anything, so we don't know where the fuck these frogs have come from. But he now
must
has
be
frogs.
damp this summer. It would have to be damp this summer. Like
Jesus, who knows, man.
Mate, you need to check this boy out. It's fucking brilliant. See if you go back to the very start on TikTok and just because he called it Frog Army. I'm going to create a Frog Army. You go back to the very start and just watch it go through. You can just see he's like, oh, this is a bad idea halfway in. There's fucking millions of them, and they're all wee fucking things about this size. You want, mate? You can't even go outside. Like see his path.
Aye. Just completely covered.
Thousands of fucking frogs.
Nah, I saw that. You get the lawnmower out.
Just a few ferrets out there.
Sorry, I only need to go this way, guys. I'm only taking out a few thousand.
It's fucking wild, like.
But to be fair, that's the one thing that annoys me about those wee videos. Like, I don't really watch TikTok, but they find their way to me.
I don't watch TV, mate. I watch TikTok.
There's things that happen that you're like, I never found myself thinking about that until I've seen that. And now I'm like, I need to know. Like, there was these guys that wanted to know how toothpaste, like Colgate, stays separate colours when you squeeze it out. So they bought like hundreds of tubes of Colgate and like cut them open and mixed them up and like cut them at different points to show that there was like no mechanism or anything to it. And they were just baffling. And I found myself being more interested in this than I fucking should have. And they're like,
did they get?
Oh, Colgate fucking responded to them, but like they were showing the inside of it and it was completely grey mush. And then they squeezed it, and it was all fucking blue, red, and white, whatever colours it is. And after doing all these videos, Colgate got back to them like, yeah, it's nothing mad. It's just the chemical that we use in that whenever you squeeze it, it all just separates back to what it's supposed to be. And like,
fluoride.
Oh, well, that was quite
Dumbs
a
you
fucking
down.
anticlimax to our story, guys. Thanks very much. Do you want to reimburse us for all that fucking product we bought off you?
I fucking lost all our sponsors and all that.
But it is, you're sitting there being like, I never thought that I'd be interested in how fucking toothpaste separates in the colours until these guys got bored and started doing it. And now I need to watch the end of this 7-minute video to find out what happens, but I don't want to skip it in case I miss important information.
I hate that too. And it says watch to the end. And you're like,
I find out what that's all about now. That's
the
a
end.
Wee one. That's a
it's like some
algorithm.
big girl doing a bounce and her titties are moving about. Goes, watch to the end.
And then
she
that
doesn't
happens.
get the fucking titties out.
But see, that's being sneaky on Facebook. All the algorithms. Watch to the end. Watch my 20-minute video and make people think that you enjoy my content. Lying bastards.
I know. See, this is it. I don't understand social media at all. All I want to watch is Frog Army.
Tune in next week for Frog Army.
It's fucking crazy, but like them, you just need to watch it. We'll put it. I'll send you the videos. And you can stick them in and post me. It's fucking hilarious.
But even like the way that Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial played out, like that was people watching that like a fucking TV show. Was like, guys, this is a couple getting divorced and going through mad proceedings. Like no one gives a fuck about Jonty and Wendy down the road getting divorced. They're not running into the court to be like, oh, this is fucking great.
But Jonty bucked fucking Susan round the corner. So it's
but like, do you know what I mean? Because they're two high class personalities. I'm like, oh my god. And like, to be fair, it was funny as fuck some of the shit that happened in it.
Again, TikTok hook, line and sinker me. Like, see my TikTok is just Ukraine war, fucking Johnny Depp and Frog Army.
Is that going to be the name of this podcast then? Frog Army. Episode 1, Frog Army.
Crazy, but like that old Johnny Depp the trial was mad. Like she's a fucking bunny boiler, her like.
Oh, she just needed 15 minutes in the sun. I've seen some video of her shopping on like TK Maxx.
She's still going at it. She's done a fucking news article saying that it's a fucking defeat for women and she was abused and all.
See, that's bad crack, and that's then what causes all these fucking issues by people who have actually been vindicated, and then be like, oh no, you still done bad. It's like, well, no, he didn't. I always said this. See now, because no disrespect to everybody has been justly done, but in 15, 20 years, it'll be a rule reversal, and people will be coming out saying, oh, my missus does beat me, or this happened, or this woman did this to my child. But it's because you're looking for that stereotypical dirty bastard man now, and it's the whole Me Too thing.
Yep.
You're like, okay. But
I believe all women.
But you wouldn't. Like, if Heather beat you or Nicole beat me, you're hardly going to be like, here.
She knocks my cunt down all the time.
You probably deserve it, though.
I think.
But you're not going to go and tell people. You kind of just told everybody about it. Well, all like one viewer maybe for the first episode. Thanks.
Heller listened to every episode. I'm joking. Jokes.
We'll try and fire some way every episode to mention how you get beat by Heller.
Oh.
Until someone finally takes you to court. I'm worried about that man. So I am. It's obviously a cry for help. Sorry, Heller.
Fucking.
I'm gonna start getting.
She'll just come in here and start beating the cunt out of both of us.
You get home to Nicole with black eye. Oh, just a fell and slip on Sergio's patio. So it did. For the 4th week in a row.
Have you seen the? Did you ever play GTA online?
Yes.
Have you seen?
Not online.
Have
no.
you seen the thing where you go on the servers and you have to do a job and all?
I've seen like videos of this.
I've only seen it there recently, and mate, it looks you have to pay like £100 or something to get on this server.
Yeah.
But when you go on the server, they allocate you a job like a police officer or
It's
something.
like some weird role playing version of it. It's
mate,
just like,
it looks fucking brilliant, mate.
The videos I've seen of it look mad, where like people are like the concierge of a hotel.
To bring
and
it back, mate,
robbing.
that's I was watching it, and this fellow was he was a policeman. He was in the house and he was arresting your man or your woman because she was beating her husband. And I was like, what the fuck? He's going, I've got a 4.5 over here. And like, what? No, like he's doing all like the technical terms and all.
The headsets and all.
And he's like, oh, and then he'd back up now. She's run out the back, and then they're chasing her down the fucking, what do you call it, like the train tracks and all. It's fucking
do you know what that is? That's one of those cops that beat people for not returning their library book. He finishes his cop job and then goes home to play Grand Theft Auto to be a cop.
No, honestly, see, looking at him, mate, he didn't look like he was a cop.
Have you seen some of the people that you see in America that are police officers? Like,
but no, this boy hadn't left his man's basement in about 6 years. Like,
well, we all know what happens whenever that situation occurs.
And you have an AR-15.
Yeah, for hunting rabbits out the back.
It's way, mate. But no, it really does look fun. Like, but I don't know whether you can go in and pick what occupation you want to be.
Or they just assign it to
or
you.
Or do they assign it to you? Because like, I would want to be the drug dealer of the town. Like, that's my dream job.
Wow. Looking to live big there, right? Just standing in the back alleyway.
What do you call it? Los Santos. Fucking brilliant. But Grand Theft Auto, I never really played it online either. It was more just the story mode I played years ago when it came out.
I'm not a fan of playing games online. I'm shit at games. I like games that switch off.
You played a fucking PlayStation 2 for fuck's sake.
No, Nicole plays PlayStation 2. She loves a good go in the retro games, but no,
I can't go back, man. I've tried. See, going back, I just can't do it.
I would sit with her when she plays them, be like, I just don't think my brain can compute that anymore. And you're looking at it more going, fuck, we thought that was class. But not
see the Crash Bandicoot one, when Jack's got the Nintendo Switch a couple of Christmases ago, I downloaded Crash Bandicoot. I was like, mate, fucking brilliant game. I couldn't get past the first half of it.
We thought that, we were like, we went and bought it. No, like, this would be great. We'll get a wee bottle of wine. No, we'll sit the weekend, we'll play it. Jesus Christ. You're like, was it really this hard? Was it that difficult?
I sat for about 5 hours and didn't get past the first level. I kept getting hit by boulders and all.
Oh, well, no, see, we got a good bit into it, like, but it was, you were sort of, the controller,
what I blame it on,
broke at one point.
It was the Twitch. The Switch, sorry. I never played with a Switch.
No, well, I'll tell you that, mate. It's got nothing to do with the console it's on. That game was just fucking difficult.
It was difficult. Well, what a game. Well, I used to think it was a good game, but obviously back in the day, like, I've obviously got better at playing video games from when I was a kid, so I mustn't have got past the first level as a child.
Just reminiscing about, I used to love getting hit by this bowler for 5 hours a day after school.
What, Road Rage? Or Road Race?
The motorbike or something. You just kick people or hit them with a chain. I was like that was the Sega, was it?
Sega Master System.
Sometime round down.
I think Sega Master System was the first one I got, and then the one after was a Sega Mega Drive, but I never ever got the Mega Drive.
Yeah.
And it was there was I think it was Sonic and Batman built into it. So the
Oh,
Batman
yes.
game used to run along,
Yeah.
used to use the wee thing to go up. And like I used to think it was the best thing ever. And then
Oh, it
see if you
was.
go on to YouTube and watch them from back then.
Aye,
Like
like-
it's so bad.
Like,
Like
to be fair, I've downloaded the original Sonic and all off my phone, and you're like, oh yeah, it's class, but they just forgot.
know what I downloaded on my phone? Flappy Birds. Remember the Bandit? So right, Flappy Birds was this fucking game that took
Yeah.
over the whole internet, and everyone was talking about it on the iPhone. But the man who made it was like, "Oh, I've done a bad thing," so he deleted it
Aye.
off the App
That's
Store.
right, so you could only keep it on your phone as long as you didn't update your phone.
I was on some forum or something, no talking shit to people, and someone put in a link, the original Flappy Birds. And I went in. The link works, but you have to just open it in the link. So see on my
Oh, I see. You can't download it as an app.
No.
It's just go through this website.
So
to
see
play
on
it.
my Safari for about 3 years, it's been sitting in my Safari thing, not turned off,
Oh,
with
my
my same high score and all. And every now and again, I'll go in, start Flappy Birding.
That was just stroked from a game called Helicopter that I would have played in secondary school. So we're going back about 60 years there.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was really pixelated and it was just black and green. So you had to stay this wee green square in the black. But
Right.
just what Floppy Birds was, and then that came out and I was like, no, this is just
It's just the
Helicopter,
same
but with
thing.
all the Mario shit in it.
That's what it is. It was just like a bit. It would
Aye, 'cause
remind
it
you
was
of
like
Mario.
It was the Mario
Ah.
cubes and all that came
Yeah.
out.
You had to like get through the wee fucking like I can't remember.
pipes?
Well, it was tubes. Is it pipes? But it was fucking hard, like, because you had to tap the screen.
I know, I wasn't a fan. Nicole, I remember Nicole got like 79 or something in it and sent it to Swanee because he was really into Flappy Birds and she was like, look at my high score. But whatever way the number 7 is on the game, it's like photoshopped. I'll give him that. I was like, that's a lie. That's Photoshop because she got a higher score than him. And he was ripping about it and was convinced that it was Photoshopped. And I promise you, Michael, it definitely was not Photoshopped. It was just dodgy graphics in that game. But it was so funny.
I'm gaming back. There was the phone games. It's like that are like Fortnite and all. Like Fortnite, my wee man has me fucking wrecked.
Yeah.
Ban like see his granny too. Like because it all comes up my phone whenever he's bought V-Bucks.
Aye.
So the game's free obviously, but you have to buy the V-Bucks, and then going, well, north fucking 25 quid, there's north for 16 quid, and like fucking hundreds of pounds. Like
Has he got your card details?
no, he doesn't. It's his granny will get
Oh,
him
because
it.
he's got money and stuff
no,
that he's then putting
Yeah,
into it.
so
that you
but
already
his
got.
granny will then bam it, Haller will bam it, and then I'll bam it.
Yep.
But I've stopped because I'll come in and he'll go, will you get me V-Bucks? And I'm like, you've already got them a day. He goes, no, I haven't. I'm like, there's the
Ah,
fucking
it's like
receipt.
your limit for it.
But I done the same, you'd see, whenever just after Jax was born, like it's 2013, there was a game, it was like an army game on your phone.
Mhm.
It was free to play, and you had to build bases, and then it was all online, and then you had to join like these clans, and then you went and attacked other clans.
Aye.
Yet I was spending 70 quid and all on packs and all for me, going like, what?
You do this though. Do you not remember when you really got into football stickers?
I
And like you were picking me up like, look, man, I just need to stop in at this shop that's like 2 miles away from where we're going because I've heard they've got football stickers. And you go in and just buy a load of them. Like, I've got all these
Mate,
ones.
I
Fuck, they're like,
felt-
what age are you? Like this was what you would have been.
2014, no, maybe 2014 World Cup.
I see. So what?
I've got the book. The book's still here somewhere. Mate, it's got my sticker on the front. I had to take a picture of myself because at the front it has "Know Yourself," where you put
that
yourself.
story just went from sad to sad
Aye.
right there.
But no, what it comes down to is I'm very obsessive. See, once I have something in my head, I'm like, I don't stop. It's the same with like.
Shame you couldn't apply that to your mixing.
That's because it's not in my head. I know I can get away with that. Mixing down, but
Aye.
I'm very focused on
Yes,
that.
but that's the right mix.
But I like that's what I become very like just fucking tunnel vision.
Aye.
Same with, like, but I have to get the best shit. I have to get the best fishing rod.
Yeah.
I have to catch the most fish. Like I'm very like fucking.
Do you remember what happened to your good fishing rod? Just for everybody who doesn't know, Sergi loves a bit of fishing. I'm not so fond of it, but I do enjoy a good sitting out in the fresh air, getting away from things vibe. So Sergi's like, do you want to come fishing with me? Yeah, no bother. So we went down, got ready the whole way. Where were we going? Where was it?
Randallstown, Craigmore.
Right, so it was a long enough drive. And the whole way there, I was like, "God, this new fishing rod, fucking great new fishing rod. Oh, this fishing rod's fucking best fishing rod in the world. Bought all this fucking gear and all for it. It's great. Oh yeah, fucking fishing rod. Gonna ride it tonight."
I think I'm gonna cry.
And we got to the
It's so
we
funny.
we got to the fishery, and Sergi was getting all his shit set up, and he set the rod against the car as the door was open. Turned around to put his waders on and went, "Right, let's go," and slammed the car door on the brand new fishing rod that he had not used, and sat for like half an hour talking about how he can't wait to use this with no spare fishing rod with him. And I
had
knew
to ask
that
the
he was
girl,
sad,
no.
but I could not help but literally wet myself laughing at you because your world had just ended.
Oh,
right
mate,
there.
it was fucking rough.
That was.
I had to go into the
fucking
wee hut and ask a
brilliant.
girl in there, could she lend me a fishing rod? And she gave me a sweet dicky thing just
Excuse
so
me,
it
love,
wasn't
can you lend me a
waste
wee
the
rod,
journey.
please? Fuck, that was.
Well, here, see the fishing rod I bought after that? Still alive and going. So that was my last
Aye,
one.
that's because lightning doesn't strike twice. Once you've made that mistake,
Oh,
you'll never
fuck.
fucking do it again.
That was heartbreaking. I think we were painting in here that day. I think the garage was only, so it was
Were
probably
we?
about this time 4 years ago, because the garage was only done, plastered and all. And then I was like, "Do you want to come fishing with me?" Because it was like 9 o'clock or about 8 o'clock.
It was the sound of the crack when we both realised what had happened, and we both had polar opposite reactions. Your world ended. I just thought this was the fucking
Well,
best thing ever.
You waited like 5 minutes until like you seen it was starting to come around, and you started ripping into me all night.
You-
Didn't catch a fish that night too.
Oh, that's right. That was the night the fish teased you as well.
Ah,
Just kept rubbing a
fuck.
wee fin along your line. It's like, damn it, I don't want your fucking bait. I'm just going to sit here and get a wee back scratch from your line.
Oh, nah, blame it. I didn't know the fishing rod.
Oh, that's what it was. It was someone else's fishing rod. You didn't.
You need-
What is
you-
it? You always say,
you-
"Good carpenter never blames his tools."
You need to get a feel for your rod. You know what I mean? You need to put the fly in front of the tray. I was raging that night. I'm joking about it now, but honestly, like my world fell apart. I saved up to buy a fish.
Oh,
and
you
they're
were
not cheap.
fuming.
Like they're not fucking cheap. These fishing rods.
I can't even express to you how funny it was though. Like it was fucking brilliant. I hope it happens again. And I'm there.
I haven't been out in ages. Do you want to go out fishing soon?
Aye.
I haven't been out and dunk since last season.
I'll go out fishing with you properly if you come out and have a round of golf with me.
100%. I'll do that.
Yeah, deal.
Right.
There you go. That'll be a Patreon exclusive. Me and
Ah.
Sergi fishing and golfing.
I'll go out for a round of golf, but you're gonna have to bring me to a driving range first.
No.
Mate, I'll rack the
driving
greens.
range is irrelevant. You could go and smash 400 balls at a driving range and step up to the first tee and fluff it. Doesn't matter. There's
I just
no
need
point.
no. But what I'm saying is, I've maybe once hit a golf ball.
And what I think I
remember
maybe
up- no,
once
the Weeville
passed the
Park.
fishing line.
We were up the Weeville Park, and do you know the football pitch in the
Yes.
Weeville Park? So there's two paths each side, and this was like fucking 2006 or something. Kids like, and we were all whacking balls. Well, I say we were all whacking balls. I probably wasn't, but everyone I was with was. A fella I know, Keith Hamilton, fucking boom, pinged it with a driver, and it just went. Phew, we were like, fuck, what a shot! Some wee girl. Don't want we heard it from about fucking 200 yards away. Mate, she just went, boom, just
Dropped.
fucking
I well,
dropped
you
me.
would like.
And like fucking ambulance and all had to come. Like, I'm laughing now, but it was funny.
Oh,
as
okay.
fuck.
Have you ever been hit by a golf ball,
No,
mate?
but I know, mate, spicy with the way he hit it. Mate, it just went.
It's not pleasant. I was playing mollusk with the society I used to go out with. I don't even think it was a society. I think it might have been just a few of us, and we were standing on the 7th tee box. But the 7th tee box is like parallel to the 5th fairway. But there's a bush
Sounds like you're right in the middle.
where we were. And I was just chatting away like we are now, and the next thing I dropped like a sack of shit, and someone from the 5th had overshot their shot and hit me just right of my bollocks, and it was fucking aching. They just turned out they were
Aye,
blocked,
mate.
and they were like, "Oh, excuse me, has anybody
Can you
seen
do
that
that?
ball?"
Can you drink? And,
You're not supposed to. No one checks your bag before you go out. Like, I'd throw a few tins in my bag.
can you smoke no walking around it?
You can do pretty much
'Cause-
whatever you want, as long as
Well,
you, as
obviously,
long as you
I'm
don't
asking
damage
you
the
this,
greens.
But I know you can't smoke because know what do they call it? Shandon Park Golf Club.
Yeah.
See, anytime I go in there, they're all just down there and up, and you just see the puff of smoke coming up.
Do you understand how stressful golf is, man? I think people develop smoking habits from playing golf. You think, I'm going to go out and play golf. This is going to be great. And then you get 3 holes into it and you're like, I paid for this pleasure. Like, this is fucking torture. Like, I paid for this to happen to me. What is wrong with my life? Someone give me a fag, please. I need something to take the edge off it.
To me, it looks dead boring and relaxing.
No, it's not boring at all. It can be boring, but if you go out and have a good laugh.
Well, it wouldn't be boring for me because I'd have to hit it every 10 foot.
You don't take it seriously.
Every 10 foot, I'd have to... What way what would I be handicap ways?
Probably the same as me, fucking bad. I can hit it, but I can't hit it straight. So I always hit it and it goes out right. So what I do is I stand a bit further left and aim it that way, knowing it'll bend round.
But it doesn't.
It works for me, but people freak out. They're like, "Oh, he's going to hit me." I was like, "It's not just going to bend round." But I can't be bothered to recorrect it because for the amount of time I play golf, I don't really give a fuck. I'm never going to be a professional, and I only go out to have a bit of a laugh.
We should do a not Fazed golf tournament.
Oh, it would be very interesting. All the DJs from the country. Play.
Bags of coke and big joints standing around the place.
That would be interesting. Do you reckon you could hire a golf club out for that? There you go. There's
what do you
the
mean?
Open invitation.
What do you mean
by
golf club? Like the fucking club or like golf clubs?
Well, I don't think you're going to walk up to a bag of golf clubs like, oh, excuse me, do you mind if we all go out and play a round of golf? You need to actually ask a golf club.
But you need to rent golf clubs too, because I'm pretty sure
you
everyone
need
doesn't.
to rent them if you don't have golf clubs.
You do. We don't.
I don't need to worry about
what I'm saying.
But this is your idea, so already you're starting to find holes in your idea.
I know a boy that knows a boy. It's good at getting in the back of people's cars.
It's alright, I keep mine in my bedroom. You're not going to be keeping my bedroom in my studio. It'd be a bit weird having your golf clubs in your bedroom.
Well,
the could be like, are you ever going to move them? No.
Well, because you don't live in America, that's the only form of defence.
What is?
Golf clubs. You don't have an AR-15 under your bed.
I thought about this. Do you know it's a very underrated weapon of choice if someone does break into your house and you have to defend yourself unexpectedly? A television remote. No one ever thinks about this, right? But you think if you're unexpectedly come across someone that you're burgling and they fucking whack you with a TV remote in the head, that's going to stun the fuck out of you to give you enough time to
spicy from up the stairs down.
Aye, like a remote's not a light bit of equipment. You've got one of those wee smart ones. You could give a wee fucking jab in there at the same time. See, I spent far too many paranoid nights on my own. And
I can tell.
What could I do if someone comes through the door?
I'd be fucked. I'd be up the dick and all swinging bollock naked. Get out!
I always did say, see if someone ever picked a fight on you in the town, or like a group of people started to fight on you for no reason. See if you just stripped naked and started going and like putting in your bollocks and all. They'd be too freaked out about you being a mad cunt. They actually want to fight you, and they would probably be like, "What's his problem?" and run away.
You're bark,
but also
bark louder and you can bite.
Yeah, but then there's people with smartphones everywhere, and then you would blow up on the internet being some mad fucking.
Yeah, I might help her social media.
Just spotted around towns around Northern Ireland, just mad.
We should just do that. We should just go down to town, start pretending we're fucking in 300. Maybe we'll get a few thousand followers.
This is Ballymena!
Hey, mate, remember we went to Ballymena? We went to Ballymena to play a gig, and we were joking on the way. This was years ago. This is when we only started.
Yes,
this was maybe our first. This was maybe our first gig, like outside of Belfast. Yeah. Probably our third gig all in. And we were joking about with him, going like, my dad brought us up there, and we were going, we're going up here to play. Where all the tractors are. The minute we walked into the club, some wee fella come up to us and goes, "Here, watch out away, or by to plug this wee tractor in."
I lost it. Like, nope, I'm done. Went outside to the smoking area and just had to have a word with myself.
Yeah, see, especially because we said it the whole way up the road, and then
it was a long jaunt, like talking about people on their tractors. Hey,
it's Tractor Pioneer. Remember that?
Yes.
It is Pioneer, is it? I don't know, but it was.
Maybe.
It was.
I could be wrong. Don't hold me to that. Guys.
I don't
know.
That
was a pretty definitive yes for someone who didn't know the answer.
Here, Ralph, research out there quick.
Here, I'll text them and be like, mate, you couldn't look this up for me. Couldn't be fucking.
But no, I. The more I think about it now, I don't think it was. I think it was something else. But Tractor was like one of the first DJ controllers, wasn't it? Before Pioneer started doing it.
It's not like they're antiquated or anything.
Well, mate, once Pioneer came into that game, everything fucking fell apart.
I
remember saying, I'll never get a controller or anything.
I didn't own a set of decks for the last 8 years. And then, because of COVID, I was kind of a bit bored and bought a wee mini £150 jobby, and it's fucking done
Does a
right.
job.
I remember going up to play in a DJ competition, I think in Toom, maybe. Again, I could be wrong. You know what my long-term memory's like. I was in places at times and did things, but those things may vary a bit from what actually happened, you know.
Memory shade.
But we went up and there was me, Biddles, and Sam. We were all DJing in this competition, and Sam thought, wouldn't it be funny if I just rocked up here and talked like a country person all night? So like,
that's a long bit. That
Sam can be committed to the bit, like, so off he went. Fucking, as soon as we got there, there was the promoter met us at the car window. And we're like, all right. So, what about you there, lad? Hey, you keeping well, are you? We're like, fuck, he's actually going to do this. So that was that. And 2 hours into the night, Sam was still conversating with all the, oh, well, fucking all them Massey Fergusons and all. I hope I hear it. And then he just mid-sentence was like, right, I can't be fucked anymore. Again, for people who don't know, Sam was born, bred in Shankill. Like, he does not sound like a country person.
He sounds like a guess here, right, kid?
He just fucking changed, and all of their faces dropped. And they're like, is this an accent? Are you taking the piss here or what? I'm like, nah, this is how I actually sound. I was just taking the piss for the last few hours.
You need to commit that at the end.
They didn't really know how to take it. I think they thought it was a bit funny. But they're like, has he just mugged us off the last few hours?
I was talking about my tractor.
He still got through in the competition, so it didn't affect not bad. But I just thought, fuck, fair play to you for being so committed. I would have done it maybe 5-10 minutes.
I wouldn't have done it at all.
I'm your shit at doing accents, though, mate.
I can do a good Shankill one, like.
I wonder why.
Shankill Road. All right, mate, what's happening?
You speak Shankill English. Just about speaking.
No, Foxy, we were in Belgium, mate. I was like, I mean, I know sweat. Blah, 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 blah,
See,
blah,
like, the times I had to tell you to slow down, and you're like, I am talking slow. It's like, no, you're really not, mate.
No, you need to talk like fucking Belfast slow, not Shankill slow.
Yeah. Whereas no, I was walking about speaking fluent French.
Oh, wow. I can't. Cursing and talking slow is quite a hard thing for me. Like,
yeah.
I just.
Yeah, well, it's just, that's it. It's right there.
I hope you can understand me.
Well, it's whenever we all listen to you doing the other podcast, the musical podcast, and we all hear him talk. It's like, hello there.
No, everyone
it's
always...
just Jason here. You're like, what the fuck are you doing?
See, I was in I had two choices. Everyone who listened from Belfast were like, that's not how you talk. But then everyone from Kuala Lumpur and fucking places like that were like, I love the show, but I can't understand the words you're saying.
Exactly.
I'm like,
we
all need to slow it down a bit. So just talk normal and then slow it down 100 BPM.
Kevin Bridges talking about that, and he's like, I get slobbered at in Scotland, because whenever like he's in Scotland, they're like, you sound like a puff. But then whenever he's out of Scotland, they're like, oh, you don't really sound English, do you? And he's like, I'm just caught in between.
Has his accent changed? Where's he? Is he still in Glasgow?
I don't know. I don't have.
See, like Rory McIlroy and all, and fucking, what do you call him? Graham, the other golfer.
Graham McDowell.
His is rough, like Port Rush American.
That's almost, what did you call him? Was it Roy Hodgson when he tried to do? Or it wasn't Roy Hodgson. It was
Steve McLaren.
Steve McLaren tried to do the Dutch accent. But
that's fucking brilliant.
That's again, you have to.
He was trolling. There's no way he was being serious.
Well, no, he said he did it for the Dutch people to understand him better. It's like, I know, but you did an awful lot of that in just normal English, and then threw a few at the end of stuff, and you're like, what's going on there, man? He didn't last there too long either, did he?
Nah.
I wonder why.
He was a tube him.
Have you any more questions on your list? So far, I've been quite disappointed. I'm not going to lie. I was expecting big things with this list that you told me. You built it up as if you were going to hit me with some fucking zingers.
Oh, right. So last night, yeah, it was fucking brilliant. So Common Market, remember we went with Jason and all? Went to Common Market, but all day I was thinking I would love that chicken and all out of Common Market. So I went down. Fucking Colin Gaddis, Shane Todd and all them were on in it. Right. Thing. They wouldn't let me in with a ticket.
Were they doing like a comedy gig?
A comedy show. And I was fuming. I was walking back to the car and I went, hold on here a minute. I have one of them heat bags in the back of the car, like like you would use for just eating delivery and all. Pulled it out of the boot, dammed it up. Like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, delivery, mate. They're like, no sweat, away you go.
Fucking yes.
I meet down there and the boys and thing. I say, all right, can you order fucking chicken sticks and fucking chips and all? They're like, you're not getting the delivery? And I was like, no, mate, they wouldn't let me in. And they were like, fucking legend. So I was standing there watching Shane Todd, fucking Colin Gaddis, what do you call the other wee man, does it with Paddy McDonald.
Oh,
I can't
fuck, I
remember.
can't
Andrew
remember.
something, is it? Or William?
Willie Thompson.
Him. It was him. It was on. He was. They were on, and I'm just sitting there waiting on the old burgers and the fucking chicken and all, mate. And see all the people working in chicken
Aye.
at Hey Chicken and all. They were going, "You're a fucking legend. That's unbelievable."
That's a good shit, though.
Mate, I was seeing us walking back to the car, I was fuming. Could see all day. I was like, "That's what I want to eat."
Yeah.
And Hella was the same. Like, we want out of the common market. And then when I got there and it was closed, like I was so disappointed. And as I was standing back down the car, just went bing.
Aye.
Mate, it worked as treat.
Fair play, but then that shows you it's if you've got the brass neck to do it.
I have a brass neck.
We
like,
were talking
you know
about
what?
this the other night.
I'd ask.
The amount of gigs that we've walked up to, and there's a queue to get in, and you literally walk up with a backpack on and go, "I'm DJing," and you just walk in.
Straight
no
in.
one asks anything.
Yep.
But you could do that anywhere. Like I would like
because
to do that.
no one, very rarely does anyone stop us and say,
They're not like who's gonna show
Aye,
up day and
but
night
like-
out with a backpack
Yeah.
unless you actually have stuff you
but
need to put in
again,
your backpack
from
or a
experience,
bag or
we're
something
giving
like
people bad ideas here though, but from experience, anytime we have done it, when we go up and say, "Oh, we're DJing or fucking Phase 2, they're just like,
that. Yeah, go on in.
they don't check a list, they don't
Yeah,
fucking.
they're like, aye, that's the promoter's job. You
I
just go on.
see it, away you
Yeah.
go, and then and you're in. So like, but we've talked about it loads. Like, there's so you could do it. If you, that's why people do it. People do YouTube videos of how to get into Conor McGregor fights and all, just to have the balls and the confidence to walk up and do
Sure, it
it.
was like you whenever we went to Belgium back 4 weeks ago now, 3 weeks.
3? I don't know.
We showed up.
See if I say the other day, it could be any time in the last 5 years.
Aye, pretty much. You lost years with that COVID and all as well. But like we got to the airport, and anybody knows Dublin Airport, before you get into the main terminal building of Terminal 1, there's like a wee gap that you have to walk up and over. And that was queued out the door. I would say a good 1,000 odd people. So Billy Big Balls here was like, "Fuck us," and went into the wee shop that's underneath where the queue was. And the wee security man was like, "No, don't you be fucking starting that now. Nope, fucking stop that. I get the card on you." He's like, "I'm a diabetic and I need food. Fucking Captain Diabetes here." It's like, cure my ailments. And sure enough, it worked. The guy fucked off, and we skipped the queue of about 1,000 people. We still had to join another queue of about 1,000 people, but
it
again,
went pretty
it's
quick.
It's
Mate,
the
there was
it's the
no
power
way
of
I
brass
was waiting
neck,
there. I knew if we walked through that bit, we were way closer than we were if we had a stood in that queue.
Oh,
and
100%.
there was no way I was standing there like not a fucking. And see if we hadn't stood there, we would have. See if we had a stood there, would have touch and go. I think. Like,
Aye.
tell you what, the way back was rough, wasn't it? Did
Aye,
you see? Did you see Amsterdam airport there?
Aye, from Shipwell. I'm not surprised after seeing DEFCON.
Aye,
That was like
Aye.
that was crazy. Some of the videos I seen from DEFCON people there, but again, like
Aye.
we've got Lumo as well.
Exactly.
And that
And
was-
there's Awakenings Festival this weekend, the techno one as well, I think.
I have no idea.
It used to be, I don't know whether it still is, but again, there you go then. You've got three, at the very least, 2 massive festivals.
But you know when Shipwell's going bad,
Apparently it's been
definitely
rough,
going
but
bad.
again, Brussels was rough. Brussels is the first time having the British passport has actually benefited us since Brexit.
Yeah, for some reason.
Reason. So like we went to Brussels and we were standing in the queue, which if we were in that queue, we'd have never made our flight home. Not a
No,
fucking chance.
if we didn't get pulled out, no, we were never.
But we were sitting there and we were there for a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes easy. And some girl come up and says, and I showed her my passport and she went, "Oh, you British, go this way," which like more than half the
I
queue.
was like, follow me, and then she just fucking went down because the queue had doubled on itself, so we had to go down, like get other British people, and then up again. You know,
but it wasn't only it, but I think it was anyone that didn't have an EU passport got a queue jump basically that day. Whereas because it was Chinese people and all with us, it was all that if you had an EU passport, you were fucked. Like,
yeah.
And remember the girl.
But to be fair, we make this out like it was a big benefit. We still had to join a queue for another hour.
And then
it wasn't like the gates opened and we went straight through.
No,
we
well-
got past the queue that probably would have took us an hour and a half to stand in another queue that took us an hour and a half, and we just got the flight.
No, so the flight was delayed.
Aye, but like
So
we just got
if
to
the
it.
flight wasn't
and then,
delayed
yeah.
by an hour, we would have just made it. Like, but remember the girl? The girl was like, "What do I do here?" She had an EU passport. She was going to fucking Thailand or something. Can't remember what she said, but let's just say Thailand. She was like, "I'm going to Thailand on my honeymoon." Spent like fucking €5,000. She was telling the girl, and the girl was like,
Aye.
"Not my problem.
Aye,
She's
they
like,
literally didn't care.
Not my problem."
My flight's in like 5 minutes. Like, everybody else is here before you. Tough.
Yep, that's
It
it.
didn't matter whether you were there for 5 hours or
She
for an
was
hour.
so cheeky. Like, she wasn't even like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that," but
There was no
Like,
customer service. Like, but
not
you,
my
you
problem.
can deal with it. Like, 'cause
Uh,
at the end of the day, from what we seen standing there and people shouting out stuff, oh, what's this and what's that and all this here, and fucking people getting
I would
talking
have to
left,
be
right,
rough.
centre. You just be like, but you just fuck off. I don't know what's happening. You don't know what's happening. We're just trying to make this happen as best as we can.
We were flying out of Dublin this Saturday, but Jordan was there. Jordan said it wasn't too bad. I think they've
I've
sorted.
heard Dublin hired 200 people.
They've
Dublin's
sorted
sweet.
their shit
I'm
out.
worried about coming home.
See
from
the last
Bristol.
time. See the last time we went to Dublin. Remember I was talking to the people and the thing. I says, you only knew because they weren't wearing like airport security
Aye.
clothes, and we're like, no, we work in the fucking chemist. They had people that were working in the chemist.
Did they?
Aye, so
I
like,
didn't
you
know
know all the shops in
Aye.
Dublin Airport. We're pulling them out of there.
Just getting fucking double trained.
Aye.
Just stand there and look
Because they were
hard.
they were just wearing normal clothes. I thought, it's like your first day on the job, and they're like, aye, but
Aye, but no.
no, I've
Yeah,
worked
but
in the
no.
airport for years. But I couldn't believe that. But at
Someone
least,
sitting there has always aspired to be a security guard, and then this is their fucking moment. They're like, I'm gonna shine.
at least they got their act together. And Dublin wasn't too bad. Like, it was a massive queue, but it moved.
Yeah.
You were constantly moving, which was a good thing. Belgium was like, there was, especially after the night we had, we were fucking lit. Like, see the standing in the one spot. Remember the owl doll? Remember the owl doll that done the same to her? She was nearly collapsing, dehydration,
Oh, aye.
with a fucking walking stick and all, and she bunked like two lanes.
She brass necked the fuck out of that.
Me and Dave were the next to go through customs, and the girl went in front of us, and she was like falling all over the place, probably 60, 70,
Aye.
easy, and your man's like, get the fuck.
I just
Like,
sent her to the back.
and
of the
I
line,
was
just let
going,
them go.
it's okay, she can go in front of us, like, we let her go, I'm fine with it, and he was like, nope, get the back of the queue.
Kind of like, you might be fine with it, but those other 500 people behind you probably aren't fine with it.
I mean, it's so bad. That's the difference between like I think the UK and Ireland compared to Europe. Like, they can be very like blunt and straight, can't they? Like, whereas over here, everyone in that
That's-
queue would have says it's alright.
That's
Love,
something
go
I
ahead.
find is a problems here, and I get why comedy's made about British people and stuff being too polite, because a lot of people don't say it like there is, and they'd rather pretend to get on nicey just because it's easier than actually having a difficult conversation. But then whenever you are not blunt, but whenever you say something like it is, then people take it thick, and it's like, I'm not being a dick. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings.
No, most of the time
I'm
you are
just-
being a dick. Like.
Well, no, I hate everybody. Like, I'm not a people person. Again, we're all introverts. We sit in a fucking room and make music
A dark room,
6 days a
fucking-
week. I kind of forgot how to socialize for a while, because you're just sitting
especially
there
with
and
a
you're like,
pandemic
"Oh."
too. Like, fuck's sake.
But I can't remember what I was saying now. I've lost the train of thought there.
That's the first one.
That's all right.
Yeah, but no, it
How
is.
far into it? That's not too bad.
I know. So what we're going to do is I have a when we were done the studio.
You never answered my question there. You just looked
Oh,
at it. You just looked at it and went
40,
back.
47 minutes. in.
Right.
So whenever we done the studio, we had cleared everything out. There was loads of shit in here, and I found. Ta-da!
Oh, yeah, I forgot about this. Your old CD bag.
The old CD bag. So it has fucking thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking tunes in it.
Go on, there.
It hasn't been opened in years. We see spiders
I
in
was
it.
going to say the moss flag.
So, like, all named, like, very well done.
I love how
As you
you're
can
giving
see.
away a CD case with all these CDs, and no one uses CDs anymore.
Well, someone can have a piece of Phase 2 history.
Right, okay.
Plus,
Well, I
what,
suppose it's better than throwing it out at the gig and smacking someone up there.
like
Who wants
LED.
this? Boom.
So what we'll do is, we'll give this away. What you have to do is you have to comment on YouTube, leave a comment on YouTube, or leave a review on iTunes and Google Play, and we'll pick the best one. What we'll also do is we'll put a USB pen in it.
Yep.
With all our tunes, all our podcasts, like the NFTs Show, and yeah. So if you would leave us a positive review on iTunes, follow us on social media too. Fucking
You've heard us
Instagram.
whinge about it. We're not the best at social media. This is our crack at it, guys. Like it, share it. See, at the end of the day, it doesn't take as long. Fucking like it and go about your day. Share it, go about your day. It doesn't hurt anybody, and it helps us.
And then you'll also get, you can see that, all A to Z too, all perfectly looked after. Fucking year from what 2000 till 2000 and maybe.
Well, this is
10.
our 10th year together.
But there's tunes in there from literally the start of Hardstyle
yeah.
till maybe 2012 because we stopped using USBs. But it's all the early Hardstyle,
Yeah.
all the stuff you'll like. And then we'll give you all our new shit and all in that Fazed shows. And I'm sure we can maybe stick a flag on that in it too. There's flags
If we can find them.
maybe throw them at everybody in gigs. So yeah, positive review on iTunes. Say something nice. See them on. It doesn't really matter if you like YouTube. Just leave a comment on YouTube, and yeah, we'll pick the best one over the next, say, 4 weeks. Yeah, 4 weeks. So.
But there's plenty to look forward to. We've just confirmed our guest for the next show. We'll not tell you who it is, but it'll be a good one. We've got a few gigs coming up. We've got Wales this weekend.
Yeah, Swansea this weekend with Hard Dance UK and Club Logic Extra Hard. And then, what is it? Revival the week after.
The 9th.
The 9th of July, which was moved to Club Honey. It was meant to be in the Bat, but it's been moved to Club Honey. Shout out Club Honey. That's fucking everything that you've done for them. So, yep. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed. This is what the show's going to be. Maybe go for a bit longer from now on whenever we'll have Ralph back and we'll have guests in. So, if you would like any guests on, let us know.
Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks
Peace
very
out.
much. Till next time. See you later.